Hello and welcome to Xbox On. Charley here at somehow the end of July already. I know. But there's no time to wonder where all the days have gone because it has been a packed month for both gaming news and releases. And in this video, me and Sam are here to run you through it all in record time, so strap in.
The biggest news from July is that we had an alien invasion in the Xbox On studio.
I'm joined today, guys, by Chris O'Riddon from THQ Nordic.
Yeah, you know what it's like, man. Inside the place. You know what they say? Run the spread'em.
Okay, apart from that, the biggest news had to be the Xbox Game Showcase on July 23rd. With 10 world premieres and 22 Xbox exclusives shown off, this was our first big look at the lineup of games we can expect on the Xbox Series X. But the star of the show, of course, was the first gameplay footage of Halo Infinite. We got a peek at the open world ring we'll be exploring in the campaign, plus new goodies like the grappling hook, but most importantly, it was a blast of pure, unadulterated Halo, and we can't wait for more. We also got some teeny glimpses of some upcoming installments in 3 massive Xbox franchises. Forza Motorsport featuring some beautiful ray-traced racing, State of Decay 3 featuring some impressively gory zombified animals in a wintry wasteland, and Fable featuring, a frog and Stephen Fry. Plus a fairy and a fantasy kingdom, but the frog was clearly the breakout star here. So far, so good, but what about something completely new? Yep, got you covered there too with the reveal of unique interactive drama As Dusk Falls, and perhaps most exciting of all, Avowed, Obsidian doing the big fantasy RPG they and we have always dreamed of. And that's just a small taste of the games that were on offer. There was Crossfire X, Psychonauts 2, Everwild. The list just gets too long to fit it into this video. But for more details on all of these games, head over to our video roundup. And while you're exploring the channel, we were also lucky enough to have a chat with Xbox marketing head Aaron Greenberg, talking about, among other things, getting to play Halo Infinite's multiplayer.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I will say, of course, multiplayer is coming. In fact, we've already played the multiplayer. I love what they're doing there as well.
The Xbox Game Showcase wasn't our only peek into the future this month. At the Ubisoft Forward event on the 12th of July, the publisher announced Far Cry 6 with a lush Caribbean setting and a new villain played by the Mandalorian's Giancarlo Esposito. It also provided an in-depth look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion. And we got our hands on with both games, exploring 9th century Norwich and near future London. For more on our adventures from throwing axes to downing pints, check out our dedicated videos right here on the channel by clicking up in the top corner. And before we move on to some of the new releases you can play right now, July brought a pretty huge change for us here at Xbox On too, as we departed Mixer for our new streaming home on Twitch. You can find us streaming every weekday over on twitch.tv/Xbox On, and so far we've had a great time playing Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, and Grounded, plus a whole load of demos from Xbox's Summer Games Fest. That event is all wrapped up now, though a few demos are sticking around on the store, so if you got involved while it was still running, shout out your favourite demos down in the comments.
That finally brings us to July's new releases, and it was a huge month for Xbox Game Pass, with too many new arrivals to cover in this video, but here are a few of our highlights. Let's start by finishing the fight with Halo 3's arrival on PC, and straight into Game Pass as part of the Master Chief Collection. On top of a classic and co-op ready campaign, and 20 multiplayer maps including some stone cold classics, Halo 3 is the game that first introduced Forge to the series. So true to form, it's now bringing the map customizer mode to the PC collection too, along with its second season of unlockable content. Look, it's not quite Infinite Halo, but it's certainly enough to keep us going until later this year.
Also joining the Game Pass library this month on both console and PC was Fallout 76. And it's pretty much perfect timing, as the free Wastelanders update arrived a couple months back, bringing NPCs to the game's post-apocalyptic version of West Virginia, so you can have a good old-fashioned RPG chinwag. Plus, the game is currently midway through its first season of unlockable content, meaning there's never been a better time to crack open those vault doors and jump into 76's MMO Wasteland.
But if you'd rather eat people than talk to them, then we've got just the thing. Carry On, a reverse horror game from the indie masterminds at Devolver Digital. It's basically an interactive monster movie where you get to play as a monster, gobbling up humans to grow in size and gain new powers, from turning invisible to possessing one of your victims and turning them against all their mates. It's not always so easy though, so you'll have to stick to the shadows and plan carefully if you want to make sure the hunted doesn't become the hunter.
And closing out the month on Xbox Game Pass, we've got the arrival of 2 enormous games, one of which is also very small. Yep, Grounded has made its way to Game Preview, giving you a chance to play Obsidian's Honey, I Shrunk the survival game and help shape its future while you're at it. Whether you're playing solo or teaming up with 3 ant-sized allies over Xbox Live, expect to be battling bugs, building bases, and uncovering the story of how exactly you came to be shrunk down in the first place. And you're free to choose console, PC, or even both, as this is a play anywhere title, meaning all your progress will carry across both versions. And remember, Grounded is still evolving, and by taking part in the game preview, you'll have a say in where it goes next. Awesome! Now, who do we speak to about our brilliant idea for Mecha Ladybirds? That's what I'm wondering.
And arriving just in time for the end of the month on the 30th is Yakuza Kiwami 2. We've been loving the Yakuza games ever since Kazuma Kiryu first swaggered his way onto Xbox and Game Pass back in February. Kiwami 2 is the 3rd game in the series to hit the library this year, picking up with Kaz as he gets pulled out for retirement and back into a life of crime as he tries to prevent war breaking out between 2 gangs. It's a great, gripping crime story, and if you'd rather just wander around the game's incredible recreations of Tokyo and Osaka instead, you'll find a whole world of side activities waiting for you. From karaoke to mahjong to urinal mini-games? No, I'm not taking the pee, that really is a thing you can do. That's just a small selection of the new additions to Xbox Game Pass this month. Fire up your console or the Xbox Game Pass for PC app to investigate them all. And of course, if you don't have an Xbox Game Pass subscription, you can buy these titles the traditional way too. But given a month of Xbox Game Pass is currently £1, $1 or €1, well, it's a pretty hard deal to beat, isn't it?
But stepping away from Game Pass specific releases just for a minute, there are some even more amazing new releases that hit Xbox this month, and here are just some of our favourites. If you've been enjoying Minecraft Dungeons but need more, then you might want to check out Jungle Awakens, the game's first DLC pack. It comes with new levels and missions taking you from crumbling temples to overgrown forest. New challenges, new mobs, from botanical baddies to the rather more pettable pandas and parrots, and most important of all, there's some new gear. There are loads of cool new themed jungle items to find and a boosted power cap for more powerful kit than ever before, which you will need because difficulty has also been pushed to new heights, with the addition of barbed vines meaning even the levels themselves are trying to kill you. This jungle is not just awake, my friends, it appears to have spent all morning chugging extra strong coffee. You can play Minecraft Dungeons on Game Pass, but you'll need to buy this DLC pack separately, or you can pick up the Hero Pass, which will also get you the Creeping Winter expansion when that arrives later in the year, and a pet chicken. Bargain!
Or if you're more in the mood for some knockabout competitive action, how about Rocket Arena? This is a 3v3 hero shooter where whoever you pick, one thing stays the same. They're gonna be packing rockets. And because the only way to win is to knock your opponents out of the arena, it makes for some truly explosive action.
And sticking with the theme of off-kilter shooters, there's a new Superhot game out. If you played the original, chances are you've already got the word Superhot repeating in your brain. But in case you haven't, Superhot is a slick, stylish action movie generator. Time only moves when you do, meaning you can carefully line up stunts that'd be impossible in real time, then sit back and watch a replay that'd be enough to make Keanu Reeves green with envy. Mind Control Delete provides even more of those thrills, throwing in new enemy types, special abilities, and a roguelike twist that means no level is ever the same twice. Plus, if you already purchased the original Superhot, now get this, you actually get this version completely free. In other words, it's hot. Super hot, some might say.
Next up, a true Alien resurrection, with the remake of Destroy All Humans, which takes the OG classic and polishes it to a shine, especially if you're playing with Xbox One X enhancements. Much like Carry On, this is another game that puts you in the shoes, or rather, the shiny spacesuit of a character who'd normally be the villain. As alien invader Crypto 137, you arrive on Earth with just one mission, And that mission, well, it's right there in the title, isn't it? Needless to say, me and Henry had far too much fun playing it over on our Twitch channel. Check it out.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Grounded wasn't the only long-awaited title arriving on Xbox Game Preview this month. After years of making everyone go all gooey with teasers of its cute little creatures, Ooblets is finally here. Well, an early version, at least. You arrive on an island, meet the locals, and plant crops. The difference to other well-known farming and town-building games, however, is that these crops grow into adorable little creatures who'll follow you around the world. But bump into another squad of Ooblets and it will trigger a dance battle, giving you the chance to earn more seeds to grow your next plant pal. It's cute, chill, and utterly compelling.
And of course, no month would be complete without a new batch of Games with Gold, the 4 monthly freebies you get with an Xbox Live Gold subscription. This month, we were treated to nearly $100 worth of games, from the classic crime capers of Saints Row 2 to a spot of family-friendly couch co-op platformer in Juju, and some truly world-class racing in WRC8 FIA World Rally Championship. If you missed out on these, there'll be another batch arriving in August, and one of July's games is actually still available, if you hurry. Dunklords is a brand new game that made its Xbox debut with Games with Gold, and it's available until the 15th of August. It's basketball meets beat 'em up with 2-on-2 matches that are just about as much as turning your enemies to jam as it is about putting the ball through the hoop. So as you can probably imagine, it's perfect for grabbing a few friends and enjoying the chaos that follows. And remember, Xbox Live Gold comes packaged up with an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, meaning on top of the PC and console libraries, you get 4 monthly Games with Gold. And right now, there's just a 1 month, £1 offer we mentioned earlier. We'll let you do the maths on that one.
So that brings us to the end of the month, but as we head into August, there is one last game we want to mention, and it is of course Flight Simulator, baby. Ahead of its scheduled flight plan in August, Henry was lucky enough to be taken through pilot school and have a taste of what Microsoft Flight Simulator will look and play like when it hits PCs. Not only that, but he was dropped the absolute motherload of peripherals from hardware partners such as Thrustmaster, Honeycomb, and Logitech to fully immerse into a Sobo Studios true-to-life sim. This alpha build was surprisingly feature-packed, including 20 planes that are all available at launch in the base edition of the game. And although simulators can seem overwhelming for newcomers, Microsoft Flight Simulator comes equipped with a comprehensive flight school to get you up and running in a flash. During a quick charter in a Cessna 152 heading towards London Heathrow, Henry decided it was the perfect time to play God and started messing with all sorts of weather systems to see what flight sim can truly do. Needless to say, storms are much more difficult to fly in than your bog standard clear skies, but in either case, it all looks gorgeous, feels incredible, and is the most accessible aviation game ever made. You'll be able to take to the skies on August 18th when Flight Simulator hits Xbox Game Pass for PC. And don't worry, the game is confirmed for Xbox consoles at a later date, so keep an eye on the departures board in the future for updates on that particular release.
So there we have it, July in a nutshell. And if you want to know more about what's coming in August, well, we'll be back with an update video on everything you can expect in the next month. Make sure you sign up to get notifications for new videos, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.